Here we are on FamilySearch.org, and we're looking at Waitman Edwards, who lived from 1893 to 1973. Today we're going to focus on the research helps. So here we are back on Waitman Edwards, actually his person page, and now we only have 4 helps left. So I'm just going to quickly show you that sometimes you can get redundancies on these helps. So we're going to just quickly check to see if indeed they're different papers. And again, you can kind of scroll down, and does this paper look the same or does it look different? So this one, it could be that it printed on multiple dates, and so then that would come up as a separate source and a separate help. So this we can now, and then while you're here, you can go to information. And so this was part of the Virginia Richmond newspapers. Okay, so let's open this up and enlarge it. So this looks like the same. We're going to get the same information here. And this was published on the 26th. Okay, so I'm going to go for our video back here to the person page and look at this one. And it actually was scrolled down already for me. So we're scroll down. This looks like a different paper. View the original document. You'll notice Family Search pops open multiple windows, so you have to do a little bit of window management. And let's see what paper this is. I'm gonna enlarge it. Okay. Well, it looks formatted very similarly, doesn't it? Let's see. So it's the Richmond Times-Dispatch, and it looks like it's a different date. It's clearly in a different position. So I would have to do more research on this and see if there was a morning and afternoon paper. And then you'll want to read everything you can get, because you never know, based on space, you might get like this one shorter. Oh, you know what? This is actually his wife's obituary. Excellent. This is his wife's death notice, and it came up because he is mentioned in it, Waitman Edwards. So never assume that you're going to be seeing the same thing. Always check it, because you can get a surprise. So this one will also now get added in just like I did earlier. And I'm going to close this. And now let's go see what this one's about. So that's another thing. It could be that he's being mentioned in other people's obituaries. Okay, oops, I don't want to review and attach yet. Well, so this is good. You don't have to worry. You can back out. You can close this tab. You don't have to worry. We wanted to view the original document. So if you accidentally click on something you don't want to, 9 times out of 10, you can just back right out. So now let's see where Waitman Edwards and for whom Waitman Edwards was mentioned. Okay, so far I have not seen a New Jersey obituary and this is again formatted very similarly to the others that we've seen. So this is another one for Florence, and my suspicion is that there may be earlier in the day paper and a later time in the day paper. So I will go and do some more research on that so I can make my sources accurately. Okay, we can go back here, clean this up. Here we are back at the person page, and the details tab is up. And what we're going to do is I'd like to show a couple things is if we scroll down for death, it didn't import the information on that record. So now I have to edit that. I'm going to be still on the hunt for an additional record that substantiates the death date as 24 September 1973, but I can enter that in for example purposes right here, and then you can enter in the reason this information is correct. This is where I would say that an obituary was identified for Waitman Edwards. Okay. It noted the death date as 24 September 1973. Okay, and you can see here that because of the tags that we have, and you can click on this word and you can see what it's tag source for death. And so since it's been tagged for death, it appears here attached to this death event. And so now I have changed the date of death. I'm going to save. And now that updates right here. So now let's go look at sources, okay? And right here we can see that this is the record that we just reviewed and attached. So now we can view that and we can look at tags. And so there was a tag for name, a tag for being a male person, and a tag for death. Now let's go and look at the record again and see if there was any information about the actual date of burial. We can look at the original from here. And again, this opens and stays in Family Search. And let's see. Here we go. I'll expand that or enlarge it and see what we have. It's always good to double check because my memory won't always hold. So here we have friends may call at George Van Tassel's community funeral home, and then the address on Wednesday, so 7 to 9 p.m. Services at Christ Church, Bloomfield, and Glen Ridge, New Jersey. On Thursday morning at 11 o'clock is when the burial will be. So let's see again. So Thursday. What day was this published? I thought it was Wednesday, but let's go check. So we're going up to the top of the paper. So it was published on Wednesday, September 26th. So we can infer that the burial is Thursday, September 27th. Okay, let's go back. Okay, and here we are in the source again. So what I wanted to do is see, can I tag that for burial? Yes, I can. So I can add that and do the tags. Now I can go back to the details and add a burial. Okay, and so was Thursday, I think it was the 27th, so I'll have to check that again. Okay. Okay, I'll select that, and I think this one's still up. Okay. So this was published on Wednesday, September 26th, and the burial is on Thursday. And while I'm here, let's get the location. So, okay. Services at Christ Church. Let's see. So I have to figure out what cemetery this was because it says that services at Christ Church, Bloomfield, and Glen Ridge. And it's interesting because this church actually was on the intersection of those two towns. So that's New Jersey on Thursday morning, interment private. So this doesn't actually say so where he was buried. So this is interesting. So you'd have to make a decision. There's a reference to when he was buried, and I made that burial tag. So, but indeed, it doesn't name a place that it was buried. So I'm going to have to go to the cemetery records and get that. So we're going to end up doing this in two pieces. So right now we have the first part of the puzzle, which is when was he buried? And so now we just have to figure out exactly where he was buried. So this will be a good start to this burial event. So the obituary published on 26 September 1973. Stated that Waitman was to be buried on 27/73. An exact place of burial was not mentioned. Okay, and we'll save that. Okay, so then now there is a burial event that we'll still need to research out to see exactly which cemetery. Now I know which cemetery it is, but the information, the documents I have currently here don't allow me to enter that in. So I'm going to need another document because I don't own a picture. So I'll go find another document. So that's what I'll be off to do. I hope you have a great day of doing research. It's been great talking with you.